And as I was telling him, we are not a charity. I know they are people of different stature to consider, but businesses were always made to make money. Why would we change that now?
I completely agree.
Indeed, I was just talking to Mr. Adelios Winter. You're here? You don't usually attend debutante balls, or any ball for that matter. Glad to see you could make it.
Winter! Good to see you. I hear you mines in the East are plentiful as always. Congratulations. Yes, you've heard correct. My investments towards the Noble exhibition was entirely worth it. Almost tripled in profit.
Mr. Fillian, you definitely should have pushed me to invest more. I invested a mere 200,000.
Perhaps next time, Oliver. Although you aren't one to take my advice.
That is true. Regardless, a warm welcome from me, Winter. I heard you're making waves in the business world. Only a mere couple of years after officially becoming the Winter Heir. Congratulations. Although, I also hear you're having trouble securing the Maldivia family's support for a project. I assume that's why you're here?
Among other reasons? Or is it to see Maldivia's new lady debuting in society? I hear she's quite a beauty, and you both are very close in age.
Is she not being accompanied by a gentleman, though? The Park conglomerate's nephew? It does not matter.
You're seeing someone? This is the first I've heard of this. Mr. Fillian, Oliver, you haven't been holding out on me, have you?
No, I have not.
Neither have I.
If this were to get out, it would be the gossip of the decade. High society's most sought-after bachelor seeing someone after years of being single?
Mr. Winter, there's no reason to be modest. Reaching the success you have at such a young age. I mean, Oliver and I are quite huge successes. Not to be vain, but you have quite the head start on us.
Regardless, let us hear more about this supposed lover. Do we know her? No? Is she not even associated with any names we would know of?
I see. So a total stranger? Do you at least know what her parents do?
Oliver, profession is not all that matters.
Of course, Fillian. But it is somewhat of importance when you're in the industry we are in. Relationships are everything, are they not?
Ignore them. Perhaps she has an entertaining personality. We are evolving as a society.
Hopefully not too much.
So perhaps we should allow those of different backgrounds, like a couple or one.
Is she coming out now?
I heard she's quite dazzling.
Can't wait to see her dress. Her outfit's always a maze.
Miss Irene is coming out now, I presume.
Honored guests, the Maldivia family welcomes you all to Miss Irene's debut. Thank you all for coming. Mr. Maldivia currently isn't with us, but he would like to specifically welcome those who have come from abroad or from further parts of the kingdom.
Sir, I've been told to tell you Mr. Adelios Winter is here.
Here? As in the Winter Foundation hair? You should have informed me sooner.
My apologies.
I've just gotten word that we have an extremely special guest with us. Adelios Winter himself. The Maldivia family welcomes you.
I thought that was him earlier, but I felt my eyes were playing tricks on me. I mean, he never comes to gatherings or parties of any kind.
Mr. Winter is here. How do I look?
You look fine.
He's been #1 for the kingdom's most eligible bachelor for years now. This could be my chance.
Your reputation truly precedes you, Mr. Winter. Must be nice to have the pick of the lot.
she means in both business and romance, Winter. Look around. It is not just young ladies seeking you out, but their fathers as well. Any businessman would agree that your assets are quite the valuables. This, along with your young age, makes you quite the eligible bachelor.
Welcome again. A debut is an exciting time in a girl's life when she enters society officially. So guests, families, and friends, please join me as we welcome Lady Irene Maldivia into society officially for the first time, as well as her escort, Leon Park.
There she is now.
That yellow pales in comparison to her, yet completely complements her at the same time.
Her suitor is easy on the eyes as well.
He has nothing on Adelia's Winter, though.
Are you sound, Mr. Winter? Your expression looks a bit shocked.
Mr. Winter? Mr. Winter? Are you well? You look dazed. Out of it, even. Do not tell me this is a love at first sight situation. Your bewildered expression seems to be conveying that message.
Who blames him? They're perhaps the only members of society their age that are actually on par. Status, reputation, and riches-wise. I mean, the heir to the Winter Foundation and the daughter of the Maldivia family?
A match made in the heavens indeed.
No one can deny the obvious parallels you and Irene have, but Leon Park is an extremely close second. Plus, I heard that her father, Garrick Maldivia, is really pushing for their marriage. Their fathers are old-time friends, I hear.
Now, a word from Miss Irene.
Thank you all for being here tonight. On behalf of the Maldivia family, I welcome you all. My father, who is currently abroad in Redestia, extends his greetings as well.
I know Mr. Maldivia prioritizes business above all else, but not being present for his daughter's debut is still quite harsh.
Well, being as powerful as Mr. Maldivia in this industry, you can't always be there for every one of your daughter's occasions.
I hope you all enjoy today's festivities. I will be making my rounds, so I do hope to converse with you all. Thank you all a great deal again for coming.
What? Oh, Mr. Leon. You have something to say as well?
Thank you all again for coming. I know this means a great deal to Irene. And being with her during this milestone is, I think for all of us, a wonderful opportunity.
Yes, Leon Park, nephew of the head of the Park conglomerate, womanizer and a former delinquent. Rumors say he was sent to boarding school at the mere age of 16 because of his relentlessly bad attitude, only acting as a man of nobility should when his uncle disowned his older cousin, declaring him the heir.
But vouch for her character intact.
Winter, did you and Leon have a personal disagreement?
She's quite the
You
modest one.
look quite
So I knew
perplexed.
A silly question.
her many brilliant
We know of the
characteristics.
Park of Winter
These
rivalry,
compliments,
although I heard
would
word
go
that the bad
unsaid.
blood was only between your fathers.
Mr. Maldivia
Do you have something
couldn't
against
make
him,
it
Winter?
as previously
You again
I
with your
mentioned.
prying. It's only natural they
But
would not be on the best
he
terms if
welcomes
their
you all.
families dislike each other.
Again,
Although that look on your face,
Thank you all
Winter,
for coming.
looks like it goes beyond mere discontent. Let's quiet down. They're making their way down here.
Thank you for coming.
We wouldn't miss it for the world.
How's business, Leon?
wonderful, as always.
And you, Miss Irene?
Fantastic. Thanks again for coming.
Regardless, if there is an ongoing feud we are yet to know of, at least pretend to look like you do not want to wring his throat out, Winter.
Yes, and if you plan to fix your expression, do it soon. They're right behind you, Winter.
Miss Irene, dear, wonderful occasion, is it not? Congratulations on your debut.
You!
You know each other?
This I did not know.
Irene, you know Mr. Winter? I did not know you were Miss Irene's, acquaintance. Although, She does not speak of you, which may be the reason I did not know of your relationship.
You never told us this, Mr. Winter.
You wish to talk to her? In private would not be appropriate.
Leon, I wish to talk to him as well.
Irene, your father entrusted me as your guardian for tonight.
And you can still supervise, just allow him and I to talk only for a few moments. Leon, please. I've never asked you for anything. Allow us to talk just on the balcony and you can be right outside the doors.
Leaving guests like this is an action your father would disapprove of.
Oh, don't mind us. They clearly need to discuss some things.
Yes. Go on. Right, Oliver?
Don't allow us to hold you back.
Thank you. Okay, let's go then. What is going on? I'm not one for gossip, but this looks like a love triangle if I've ever seen one.
But Mr. Winter claimed he has never met Miss Irene. I can't imagine what she wants to discuss.
Okay, Leon, wait out here.
I highly advise against this, Irene. Your father
is not here right now, is he? Maybe if he was, I would be inclined to listen to any form of his advice, but he's not. I will be only a moment. Mr. Winter?
Listen, if anything happens to her, I do not care about upsetting the Winter Foundation, nor about acting in a way that does not reflect my family's name. I'm only allowing this because it's Irene's wish. Worry about myself? And why would I do that? Are you threatening me? Oh, you...
Stop that, Leon. Or do you want me to leave my guests alone any longer than I have to?
I suppose not.
I thought my eyes were playing a trick on me. I thought I recognized your back, but I thought it couldn't possibly be you. I'm so sorry. I wanted to tell you, I just... What? Why are you hugging me? I thought you were mad at me, furious. You thought I looked lonely up there. I guess you're right. I'm not the only one who has been keeping secrets. So, you're the famed Adelios Winter. I've heard about you. I mean, we all have. Just when I thought you couldn't get more impressive. That's right. I'm Irene Maldivia, only daughter of esteemed Gerwick Maldivia, the famous man who's worked alongside the king, and later became a successful businessman, blah blah blah. You talk like we're on the same level. Sure, that's what society says, but from what I've heard, you've actually made a name for yourself. Of course, you've had the Winter name backing you up, but even your first name, Adelios, has weight to it. Something I cannot claim for myself. Either way, there's no way we've dated for months and we both successfully kept our identities secret. Same. I had my suspicions you were hiding something, but I wasn't expecting this. Not at all. Why would I be mad? I mean, you're not. You're not the type of person to do things without logic, so I assume you had your reasons, and I assume you think I have my own. Come over here. I'll show you the view. It's super pretty. You can see the coastline and the entire capital from here. I guess it does mean all those times we had to come up with excuses were for similar reasons. Banquets, meetings, appearances we had to uphold. I thought we already had so much in common, but I guess more than I thought. So, why were you there at Leon's house the night we met? You told me you worked there, and I guess until now I had no reason to not believe you. But now that I think back to that night, you were dressed a bit too nicely to merely be an employee. A conversation? Okay, a conversation no one could know of. And you lied to me because no one could know you were there? What about me? Oh, I had no special reason like you did. Just wanted to talk to someone who didn't know who I was, and there you were. I stormed out of a dinner party because my father was being unreasonable and found you in one of their gardens. So that time you couldn't make it to the dinner 2 weeks ago? Oh, a shareholders meeting. Okay. And the time you had to cancel on our trip? Governor's ball. Understandable. This is actually making me a little less mad at you. At least these are reasons I understand. Oh, and sorry for all the times I couldn't show up either. Too many times to count, am I right? Father was starting to get suspicious, me being out all the time despite not having debuted in society, so that's why it's been hard. But recently, he's been gone, so it's been a little easier sneaking out. And once he comes back, he can't say anything about the not debuted part. No, I'm okay. It's just a little chilly's all. You won't be cold without your jacket? You say so. This is so strange, having you here in my house, both of us in our fancy get-ups. You're already thinking about that? I don't know how they'll take it. Society, or even my parents or yours? Maldivia's only daughter and the winter heir? I agree. My parents could say anything and it wouldn't even faze me. We have to be strategic about this if we want a chance at being together? How so? You're right. If we suddenly reveal a relationship, it would be suspicious, wouldn't it? They would think we have ulterior motives, like me avoiding marriage or you trying to use Maldivia's name in some way that would benefit you. Either way, they won't believe us. So, what do you think we should do? Leon? What about Leon? The last thing he is my fiancé. Yes, there have been marriage talks between the Parks and the Maldivia family, but that's it. With my father gone in Redestria, they've postponed the discussion until he returns. Something I've been dreading. I've grown up with Leon, and I would be lying if I said I don't care for him. But my affections don't go beyond friendship. When it comes to romance, I want someone more sincere, like you. Leon's heart is in the right place, but his actions, at least I think, are pretty questionable. He loves holding my father's authority over my head and is quite proud of his standing when nothing he has come from his own efforts. Men like that are not my type, but I think he could learn to do better. I hope he does. I am not being too nice. Regardless, you do not have to be concerned about Leon. Not even in the slightest. So, what's our plan? We pretend this is our first encounter? I see. That we were so charmed by each other that we had to converse. Then I assume we slowly get seen in public and the gossip will take care of the rest for us. Smart and believable. This way, the gossip may reach my father and the Parks family's ears without us telling them. It'll seem more organic this way. Although, who knows what my father and the Park family's response will be. Hopefully with your name in the mix, father will see this as more of a positive. Maybe. Oh, but your family isn't on the best terms with Leon's, right? I would never want to cause you or your family any trouble. That's not an issue? I mean, I know the Winter Foundation is quite well known for a reason. Your family and mine are perhaps the only families of equal stature. But the Park conglomerate is a formidable force. You're smart, so I know you're not underestimating them. Just be cautious. I don't want either of you ending up hurt, especially you.
Irene, are you finished? You have had more than enough time.
Just a second more. Okay, contact me the usual way for when we'll be meeting up in public. For now, we just have to pretend we've had the most charming conversation, right? You don't have to pretend? Oh, please.
Irene, I'm coming in soon. We have other guests to greet. Mr. Maldivia would highly disapprove.
I heard you, okay? Mr. Winter, pleasure meeting you. I hope we have more opportunities to converse like this in the near future.
Go on ahead, Irene. Your guests are waiting.
Be nice, Leon.
Quite lovely, isn't she? I've known her since childhood. And she hasn't changed one bit. Even until her debutante ball. Perfect family. With perfect prestige and power. A bit opinionated. But without that, this would all just be boring, wouldn't it? Aw, don't look at me like that. You're a businessman, right? You, of anyone, would understand what a business deal is. But it's quite all right. She's pleasing enough to the eye that it wouldn't be a hindrance. Did you just hit me? You hit me? Listen here, you.
Leon, I thought you said you were following me. Did something happen here, Winter? Ask him. Leon?
No. I was right on my way.
Then let's go.
You may have charmed Irene now, but don't think it means anything. She has her temporary crushes now and again, but her family always comes back to me. That's my problem? I may have her family's favor, but I'll never have hers. Well, I would continue my chat with you, but she's waiting for me.
There you are!
That took longer than I anticipated.
I just saw Miss Irene come out and then Leon storming out a few moments before you. What was that about? Miss Irene took a liking to you, and Leon was not happy about it?
Are you positive? I assumed you two knew each other based on your reactions earlier.
If you say so. It did seem like you didn't know her based on our conversation earlier.
Not to be nosy, but your talk with Miss Irene, how did it go? You're merely seeing where it goes, but you're interested in her, yes?
Oh, stop prying.
The famed winter heir, interested in Maldivia's only daughter, in competition for affections with a family that rivals his own.
Oh, don't make it sound so dramatic.
A pair like that would turn the entire nobility upside down. Not even that, but put the business world in shambles. I mean the Maldivia family and the Winter Foundation?
Jumping the gun, are we, Celine? He said he's interested, not marrying her.
We never know. I did tell you that they were the only ones suited for each other. I never did quite think Leon and Irene were compatible. I mean, he's much too outspoken while she is a calmness about her, you know?
Look at that. You've got her rambling again.